Hello guys and welcome to Programming Knowledge. In the previous video we learned about how to create a registration form and take the input from the user and print it into the console. So in this video we'll be seeing about how to take that data and store it within a database. So for that you need first of all is a SQLite3 browser, a SQLite3 database, which is a inbuilt database provided in Python. So just import it. Normally you don't have to use any pip procedure, so just import it. And we have a previous function that is a print ent, so comment that out and create a new function that is function database, and in here we'll write everything regarding the database procedures. So just follow along. Everything will remain the same, just you have to add another function. So and okay, so now take a variable name 1 is equal to fn dot get. This function, this inbuilt function get will fetch the value from that widget, enter widget. Now you can use last one is equal to ln dot get. Same, you can just copy this, then you can take it for the date of birth dot get, then create another variable for country is equal to where dot get. Then you can create two more for programming languages of your choice. Gender programming is equal to where underscore 2. Don't have to use get method in this because you have already mentioned over here Python and Java, as you can see. So moving on forward, we'll be using it for gender now. That is a radio button, radio where get. Okay, so I guess we are done with fetching details from the widgets. Now we'll just write the procedure for the database connectivity. So use a variable of your choice. I'm using con is equal to SQLite3 dot connect. So usually this is a procedure for connecting with the database, and in here we'll be mentioning the database name. For example, in here I'm typing form .db. Now with con and colon, then he will be using cursor for these are the basic procedures we need to perform. Is equal to con dot cursor. So you will find this in the documentation of SQLite3. These are the mandatory procedures to create a database along with a table and etc. And now from here we'll be starting to create a table for that cursor dot execute. So this statement of line will be used to create a table. So follow along, execute, and so everything will be capital and create table if not exist. Okay, and the table name will be student. Then use a bracket, the column name first, name, then we'll be providing a data type to it, text, then we'll be using last name. Then here just we are providing the column name, nothing much, with along with the data type. These are the basic SQL procedures. And for date of birth, text, comma, for country, text. You can it should be in uppercase. Okay, and then for programming column, you can mention any name you want. And text for that. Then for gender, and here we'll be finishing off the table, and that's it for the table. Now we'll move on to the inserting values that we are fetching from here. For example, for in here we are taking the variables name, last one, date of birth, and we are using the get method to get that data from that widgets which are being used in the Tkinter interface. So follow along. Same procedure, we'll be using cursor dot execute, and for the insert, using insert into student, the table name, and mention the columns that you have used above, last, as same as this, like this, last, DOB, and etc. And last, then we'll be using a DOB, then country, then programming, comma, gender. Okay, so I'll just check everything is right. Okay, everything is right. And just remove this and use values. What values are going to get inserted into that table? So values, then we'll be placing question mark based on the number of columns. So example, here there are 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here are the empty values. So based on the number of columns, that is name, last, date of birth, country, and programming program and gender, that is 6 columns. We'll be using 6 question marks, and stop, and we'll be saying the variables that we are using to fetch the data, that is over here. So we are using this variable to get the data from those widgets. Just use that, st1, comma, date, comma, country, comma, probe, Make sure that the variable name are same. Okay, no problem. Comma, the gender. So 6 widgets and 6 entry we are getting from that get method. Okay, and okay, so I guess the creation of the table as well as the insertion of values within that table student is done. So this is the function used for inserting the data into the database. One more method is left, that is we need to commit whatever we have done. So just use this commit method to save all the data which is saved into the database, and use this function database into the button that is over here, that is a login button. So here we are using the login button to execute that database program or the function. In here, I'm also using the key binding method in Tkinter. So for example, if I press enter, instead of clicking onto the mouse, you can also use enter key to execute that command. So I'll just save it and run. So I guess there is no error. So let's enter some data. Country, yeah, Python, and mail. So there is some error. Let's see what is error. So this let's check what is the error over here. We'll get so the issue is over here. Programming P is capital over there, and we have used this. Okay, so I guess it is done. Save this and execute again. Okay, so let's re-enter the data. Let's see if there is any error or not. Just put some random data. Still there is some error. So the number of empty values is 5 and we have 6 columns. Okay. Let's use one more. Let's save and try again. Okay, it should be done by now, I guess. So Sam, let's put some random data again, and 12 for okay, country. Okay, so I guess the database is created. We'll just enter more data. Sammy, let's put some random data. Rex, just change and just okay. So we have created the table and inserted values within it. So let's check the table. So for that you can use this. So here is the form.db. So to check whether the values are within the table or not, use DB browser for SQLite. Use DB browser for SQLite and open database, and you can go to desktop. Okay, and this is the database. Okay, and so as you can see, this is the table student, and we have the columns over here with data types. So as you can see over here, these are the columns: name, last, date of birth, country, programming, and gender. So this is data as we have fed through the inputs of the widgets of Tkinter. So the procedure of creating the database is done. We have successfully inserted data within it. So this is it for the code for this video will be available in the description, and this is it for this video, guys, and thanks for watching.